Good morning. Welcome to day 56 of the 100-day project. This is day 55. The video is up and you're welcome to go watch. Today we're going to work on the accordion book that everyone took the poll on. I had a couple people ask me if there was going to be more accordion book work, and I put a poll up asking if people wanted to see the process of the page making for the accordion book. It's a pre-made accordion book I already have. So the poll was an overwhelming yes, I'd like to see the process. So I'm going to start that today. Probably will be 2 parts, maybe 3. I've got my sheets of paper prepped, so I will explain that to you when I come back and we will start the process. Okay, for anyone new that doesn't know what this is, there are 2 videos you can go back and watch for accordion books. It's these 2 here. This is the first one we did. And in the second video, I did this one. So today, we're going to work on the same type of accordion book. It is this right here. It's a 10 album. It's an 8-page accordion fold album in a 10. I got this years and years ago at a scrapbook store. I don't know if they make these anymore. If they don't, you can make your own accordion book. There is a video about making an accordion book too, although it was my very first one making the actual accordion book. This is the book that actually came in that 10. That we're going to work on today. And we're putting that aside because we don't need this right now. The paper I am using is drawing paper by Strathmore. It is 11 by 14 inches and it's 70 pounds. It is very lightweight, but not too lightweight, and it's great for this project because I can cut the papers and glue them and everything real easy. I took washi tape. You can take any type of tape that you feel like you can peel off your page after you're done. Some washi tapes work well, some don't, and I'm hit and miss, so we'll see what happens today. And I sectioned off 3 sheets because I need 16 pages. This is a sheet I was already using for wiping off paint, and I just used that one. I was going to use the other side, but I forgot, so we've already got some pre-work done. The inspiration for this accordion book is from these little 4x4s that I did. I didn't do these on camera. These are just ones I did by myself. I put a row of tape down at the bottom and on the sides, not all the way up because the paper doesn't need it. I leave a strip up here for working on for extra paint, but you can do it however you want. But after I got my sides and bottom done, I just put my little sheet down and I took a pencil and I marked the side where I needed this tape, and then I marked the top where I needed this tape. So now I have the squares that this will fit in. When we're done, we'll cut out these squares. So get your papers ready and then get a bunch of paint. I have a bunch of paint colors out here. Any colors you like, doesn't really matter. And get your scraps. I use scraps from all the projects we've been working on. There's a bunch back here that are still in a pile from yesterday's video. And some stencils that you like, if you want to do any stencil work. That's about it. Paintbrushes and water, maybe a sponge for dabbing on the paint through the stencil. Your coffee if you need coffee. And I think that's it. And if I think of anything else, I'll tell you. Any markers or anything like that will come later. I don't know what kind of things I'll bring into this one, but we're going to start off with what I just named. I'm not prepping the page with gesso. I'm leaving it just like this and starting with paint, so you don't have to worry about prepping your pages. I have different sizes of paintbrushes. That really doesn't matter. I just use whatever I keep on hand that I always use. They're just typical brushes that I grab, and it has nothing to do with anything about them other than I just want that shape at the time. I've got some flat brushes and some round brushes, and that's really it. I'm just going to take some paint and we'll start off with whatever color I grab. You can do whatever you want, you know, pick your colors and start off with whatever you like. I work kind of in tandem. I'll start putting paint down in some of the squares, and then I'll get rid of the excess paint on another page, and then we'll start another color, and then I'll get rid of the excess paint on a page, and you'll see in a second. I'll go slow at first and then I'll put it in fast for you. So I just get some paint ready and I'm just going to mark it in my little square here. Not even covering the whole square. And then I'll take the excess in my brush and I'll just rub it off in another square. And I might take another page and bring it in because I want yellow on that one too. You know, I just don't know how much yellow I want until you're done, you're done. I'll just work with it till I'm done. And I just put it on here. And then I might take the third page, bring it in, and then get rid of the paint. And then I'll go to the next color. And I don't typically clean my brush in between unless it's a color I really don't want to mix with something else, then I will take a moment and clean my brush, or I'll grab a different brush. But usually I just go with what I have because I like blending the colors. And then I'll just get rid of the excess paint over here. Okay, so this is pretty much how it goes. Just keep changing your papers, keep changing your paint color, change the direction you paint, the area you cover, how much paint you use. So you might just use that in the corner, but I might clean off this brush over here. And then I might take this one that I first started with and see if there's any more excess paint and put it in another square. And this will maybe disappear, but it also might serve as part of a background and you might see just a peek of it coming through. You never know. And then I move to the next color. And I'm going to do silver this time. I love silver and yellow together for some reason. I don't know why. And there's still some color in my brush. And switch papers. And get rid of the excess paint. See, there's still some green and yellow on my brush. And just keep going, okay? So we're gonna put this in fast, and when I'm finally satisfied with where I'm at on my pages and ready for the next step, we'll stop and we'll go to the next step. In the meantime, just play with your paint and have a good old time. Oh, brother, what am I gonna do with that? Oh, man. Okay, well, I gotta fix this mess here. Look at it dripping everywhere. All right. Okay, well, we got a little more blue here than I had planned. Didn't want blue over here, but guess we're going with it. Okay, I'm going to take a minute and clean my brush, and then I'm going to continue on with more colors, but I think I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to get this out of my brush. going to switch to a smaller brush now as we start filling in the holes that we have. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop right here and let these dry a little bit. I've kind of run them through the wringer there. The paper's a little bit cold, so I know it's wet. I hope you're having fun doing this because this is a blast. Okay, these are still drying a little because I can't wait. I don't like to wait. So I have a few stencils here that we're going to play with, and they're a little bit of an odd selection. So I'll tell you what they are. This is a Dilutions stencil. It's called Silhouette Ruby. And then this one is just called Show Offs. It doesn't have a name. It's one of those stencils that you can get at Hobby Lobby. The leaves is a plaid folk art 30731, and then this one is different shapes. They don't have names, they just have numbers. Plaid folk art 30735. So I'm going to get my stencils ready, and I'm just going to take some white paint. I put it out on a little paper plate here. It's just plain white paint, and I've got a sponge, and I'm going to take my stencils and just go over all my squares with my stencil shapes. I've done all the stenciling I'm going to do with the white paint and these stencils. Okay, I'm letting these dry, and while they're drying, I'm sitting here going through all my little tiny scraps, and I'm pulling out anything that strikes my fancy, that makes me think, I might use that on the paper. So go through your scraps, find anything that looks appealing to you. You don't have to use it, just pull it out just because it might be something you want. And you can always put it back. Pull out enough that you are able to get enough out of the scraps to put on your papers, or you'll have to go through them again and find more. So pull out more than you need. You can always put them back. And I'm pulling out, just so you know, papers that are thinner, easier to glue on. I'm not picking heavier stuff, like heavy cardstock or heavy painted paper or anything like that. I'm pulling things that are thin and would be easy to glue onto my pages. Okay, I have a bunch of scraps pulled out here, way more than I need. So now what I'm gonna do is sort through these. I'm gonna look through my papers as I sort, and I'm gonna pull out anything that I think would go well on that paper. Any of these blocks here, even if it looks like it might fit on one or two, or I'm not sure. And I'm gonna do that, and then when I come back, I'll show you what I've chosen. Now, there is another thing I want to tell you. If you cannot resist a piece of paper that you've got that is thicker, that you feel like will be harder to glue on, then you can tear it apart. You can get your nails or a pokey tool or something in the corner and kind of peel it and then pull it apart, and then your paper is thinner. Okay, I have my papers as ready as I felt like I could get them. I have a stack of papers that I liked that I would like to use. If I need them, I'll draw from them. I have a stack of like stemmy looking things that if I need a stem, I can grab. And I have a little pile of like circles and things that are shaped already that I might use if I need it. Okay, so I'm gonna start on my first page here. This looks kind of cool to me here, area, so let me cut this out. I think that's kind of cool. This could be the background maybe. That's interesting. And this was, I think, gonna be a leaf. Let's see what we can get out of this, if we can get a circle big enough. Well, it's not a full circle, but maybe a smaller circle. And this one, okay, that's where I've landed so far. I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down, and we'll add to it if we need more. I'm going to use matte medium to glue this down, Liquitex matte medium. Okay, that's one. I'm gonna go ahead and glue the rest of these down, and I'll show you what they look like when I come back. Okay, this one is glued, and so I'm gonna let the glue dry, and I'm gonna let this sit over there for a few minutes and get completely dry before we go any further with this, because this is not done, but it's pretty. And we're gonna do one together on this page before we go to our separate corners and do our own thing. So let's do this one. So you can change your mind at the last minute and borrow from other squares and then replace what you took from the other square. So there's another one done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of this page. Okay, here's this one. This one's not sure. And this one, not sure. But like I said, we're not done with the squares, so whatever we do next might actually change the look, and then I will like it. So I'm going to go on to the next page, and we'll do one together on this page. I'm going to use glue on this one to make it a little faster. I'm gonna glue the rest of these down, then I'll show you what it looks like when I get through. Okay, this one is done-ish. So we have 3 of our pages prepped pretty far along. This is where we're gonna have to stop today, but tomorrow we'll pick up where we left off and we will see if we can finish these. I'll see you tomorrow for day, 57? And I hope you have a great whatever it is. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.